Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first of the month. We have Coach Teasley and Mary Evans. We do this show once a month, and we call it Queens Collaborate. I love it. I love it. I love it. We are starting to fix each other crowns, Coach Teasley.
Hey, listen, look, I switched names on you. So you like Therese Teasley.
I know.
Tea Nicole, and I am in the building. So thank you. Yes, we are adjusting each other crowns because we have to in this season, right?
Yes. I just love it. It does something to me. I'm just so serious. I see more and more coaching programs. I see more shows where we're saying, let's come together and let's collaborate. Let's help each other elevate. Now, today we have an amazing topic, and you chose this topic. Let's tell the audience what are we going to talk about today.
So today we are going to talk about broken to be healed. See, the thing is, we always want to act or pretend like we have ourselves together, but when it comes to it, where we have to be broken in order to be restructured, so that way we can move in the right direction, so we can heal and collaborate authentically. Then this is why this topic is important. You understand, Mary?
Love that. Yes, I do. And hello, Miss Alexis Lawrence. Thanks for coming in. Guys, tell us where you're listening from. We'd love to hear from you. And this is a show that we want to have a dialogue. And when we talk about healing, Coach Teasley, let's talk about so many people are healing silently. So many people are at home that's broken, and you hear it all the time. You know, we have people that's committing suicide, people that don't have anyone to talk to share what they're going through in their life. And you know, social media have everybody looking good. Everybody, you know, when you look at it, sometimes you think, where am I at in my life? You know, they driving the nice cars, they living in the nice homes, they wearing the name brand clothes, and sometimes you think you behind. Where am I at? But I'm here to let y'all know that all of that is not real, sweetheart. So the first thing we have to learn is not to be judged, not to compare ourselves with other people. How do you feel about that?
You just nailed it right on the head, because of the simple fact we look at these people and we compare ourselves to people, and then we miss what we supposed to be doing. Because why? We are in comparison with somebody else, and you don't know what it took for them to get there, or you don't even know what they are experiencing really. Because if you look at how some people that are superstars, how they commit suicide because they are depressed, but we don't know how they got there. Because like you said, a lot of people try to heal on their own, don't want to hire a coach, don't want to talk to a therapist, because they feel like they're going to be judged. But instead, they're not going to be judged, but a coach and a therapist can help you unpackage whatever you're going through.
Absolutely, Queen. And I just want to say to anybody that's out there listening, start where you are today. Don't compare yourself with anyone, because one thing we do know, when you are dealing with things, I remember this saying, the man complained that he didn't have any shoes until he saw the man with no feet. Let me say that again for y'all. The man complained that he didn't have any shoes until he saw the man with no feet. Chills went down my body when I said that one, baby, because I'm here to tell you and to elevate somebody out there today that think they're behind. You're right where you're supposed to be. But what we have to do is start where we at. Stop being so hard on yourself, because, you know, I do it myself, Coach Teasley. Sometimes we so hard on ourselves till we can't move forward. And we are so worried about the past till we can't even see our future. You know, we so broken till we can't even see our future. And sometimes it's so cool when you have people that's transparent like yourself. And we forgot to give our queen some love.
Yes.
Regina, Queen of Carlos, she couldn't be here today because she out there trying to help somebody get in a vehicle. You
Mm-hmm.
guys know sometimes we have to make it do what it do. Donna Brown, our community has been told what happened in the house, stay in the house. So that's why a lot of people suffer in silence. And that's so true.
That's very true. I want to tap into that one because that's a stigma. That's a stigma. What happens in our house must stay in our house. And so you carry that on. So that's a generational thing that needs to be broken. So when you hear the term generational curse has to be broken, that's one of them that needs to be broken because a lot of times people never talk back in the day. And so like abuse happened. That's where that depression came in because people were not able to express themselves and be who they were. And so what happened? They stopped loving themselves. They started living for everybody else and worrying what everybody else was doing because they didn't know who they were. And they would be shown like, outcast if they really told people who they really were.
So could I be transparent for a second because that don't happen often on a lot of social media platforms, and we really just try to keep it real. Coach T, it's so many people that lost so much during this pandemic. I mean, so when you have to shut down, if you are one of the ones that had to shut down businesses like myself in the last 3 years, I was just really hit before the pandemic, but I'm like a Timex, take a lick and keep ticking, baby, because that's what we have to do. So, I'm telling you, that's what we have to do. You really have no choice. So when you are in this space where you feel like you have lost a lot, the SOS show, was a live show downtown Pontiac. I had to close the studio. I shut down. I had a traumatic brain injury home right before the pandemic. I had to shut down the traumatic brain injury homes. And let me tell you what happens to yourself when you feel like that you are losing so much. If you don't be careful, you can look at it as a failure. And all the things that happen cannot even be your fault at all, because some things happen in life that we can't control. It's just a part of the journey. It's just a part of the journey. And I'm here to tell you this. I consider myself a strong woman, always been, when things happen, I got this, but it broke me down. I started doubting myself. I started saying, oh, damn, man, you're almost 60 years old and you want to start all over. In a few years, I was talking about, listen, we're looking at retirement days. And I know somebody else out there that been through, I'm almost 60 years old. I'm like, pandemic, if you don't get the H up out of here, shutting my stuff down, I don't have time to revamp, restart, and reset. But guess what God told me? Oh, you got time because you're getting ready to do it.
Hello.
And once I went past my pity party, because I'm going to tell you what happens. You start doubting yourself and saying, am I worthy? Can I do this? Am I able to come back from this? You able to come back from anything long as you don't give up. I never doubted myself, Coach Teasley. And I know as strong as I am, it's some people out there was doing it. And that's why I'm being very transparent. After all the things I lost, 2 months later, they stole my doggone truck. I said I done lost business and I shut down business. And now I walk out the door and my truck was gone, Coach T.
Listen.
And it's like a storm. It's like a storm. But let me tell you something about a storm. Let me tell y'all something about a storm. I'm going to break it down. I'm going to be transparent for y'all here tonight. They stole my truck after I had to shut down multiple businesses, right? I'm already down myself. I'm in a bad place. I walk out to go try to take care of some business. My truck gone. I ran that truck through my business, right? So it was a business vehicle, but it was one of the high-end SRTs. And so I was rolling, right? State Farm called and told me, Mary, your truck is a total loss, but it has so much equity in it because I ran it through the business and I paid double notes. They gave me $40,000 for that truck. Coach T asked me, what did I do?
What did you do with it, Mary?
Off every dang bill that I owe, every credit card, timeshare. I owe nothing to nobody but the houses. And 2 of my houses I rent through and one I live in. So sometimes when we going through a storm, right? I thought, poor me, I'm having a pity party. I'll close my business. And I don't have to worry about getting another transportation vehicle. And God already had it for me. Because listen, I'm not done with the story. I'm not done with the story. They took that truck and told me it was a total loss when they called me on the phone. I said, a total loss for you, but a total gain for me. Because of the pandemic, I had started using my credit cards. Always ran an 800 credit score. I'm proud. Credit score is everything. Let me tell you, because of the pandemic, I had to use those cards. Credit score dropped down to the medium 600s. I'm really feeling bad. Girl, 40,000 paid off everything. Credit score back 800. Driving a transportation vehicle that's paid for from my company. Tell me when you're in a storm, when it always look like it's raining, it's not raining, it's clearing. He clearing the path, because guess what? Your current destination is not your final destination. And all storms don't come to disrupt you. Some come to clear your path. Yeah, now you tell me. Some storms come to clear your path. When I was standing in the driveway crying about our close to biz and my truck gone, he already knew. He like, Mary, calm down and chill out. I'm trying to help you and you don't even see it coming. I'm trying to help you. I'm crying. I'm crying.
Listen,
like, all you gotta do is sit back and be still, because I got you. And so what he did for me, a storm that I called a storm. Y'all, I'm gonna say this slow, because I knew I was in a storm. I didn't know how I was coming back. He took that doggone truck, and guess what? Because I always drove high-end cars, right? So my family told me, what you getting? What you getting? Excuse my language. I said, not a damn thing.
Yes.
You know what I'm getting? My credit back right.
Yes.
They pull my credit score. My debt to ratio is 0. My bills is $1,000 a month. And I own 4 homes, gold, silver, whatever investments I can do. And I'm not saying this to brag, because I was in a storm, so I thought. I'm saying this so somebody can understand that when you think you are in a storm, remember this: all storms do not come to disrupt your life. Some storms come to clear your path.
Yeah, I heard
what I'm saying?
Say that again. You said now
storms do not come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path.
Ooh, Jesus.
Coach T, I was in the middle of a storm and it cleared my path. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, I know what you're saying. Broken to be healed.
Yes. Broken to be. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's just that some of us, and I was one too, we are so busy counting all the bad and negative things that happen to us too. We don't take time to appreciate the good things. You couldn't tell me that I'll be riding around in a Prius right now. I ride around in a Prius that's paid for, and cars was always my thing. But let me tell you this, and I'm gonna let you talk, because I'm gonna teach you something. So the Lord cleared my path. I owes nobody nothing but my homes, and 2 of them paid for, and I rent them out, right? So this is what we're gonna do. So I said, okay, God, I hear you talking. He said, don't you go out there and sign for another car. You have a car in your driveway that's paid for. So what you gonna do? You're going to get yourself together. So guess what I'm trying to close on now? A duplex. I'm going to let that duplex pay for me another car. It's just not the time yet. I'm moving to Atlanta, baby. We buying a duplex. I'm going to rent out 2. I'm going to live in 1. I'm going to let that pay for what I want and what I want. See, sometimes we do it backwards. We go get the high-end car and we living in the projects, and we forget we do it different. I'm going to let my investment pay for what I want. Now I'm going to let you talk. I'm done.
Listen, you hit on so much, and I'm so glad that you were transparent, because a lot of times people can see you, think you're doing good, or they can look at you and say you're doing bad, and yet they pass judgment on you instead of getting to know you, hear your story, and allow you to say what you need to say so they can see you. But I love the fact that you were broken to be healed. So my situation was slightly different from you in this season. So I want to encourage somebody that might be going through pain in their body, or like trying to find their way. So you see how there is a food shortage coming. And so like me, I was that type of person that always wanted to eat out. I never wanted to cook. So when I tell you during the pandemic, one thing it has taught me how to heal my body myself. But it has also taught me how to really rely on food, not to eat it to indulge in it, but to eat it to survive. Eat it to live, but eat the right type of food. So I want to encourage somebody that might be going through something, might be having pain in their body. They have to learn how to listen to their body. So during the pandemic, I actually was having pain in my body. And so I had to go on the journey, and I was still working. I still was doing things. When I say my anxiety was high, I was facing, like, I didn't know if I was gonna make it or not make it, having heart palpitations. So that was my storm. It wasn't so much that I was in debt, but now I'm in debt now because I quit my job. I was only working 1 hour, 1 day. And so to be in this new place where I'm trying new things. So I want to encourage somebody, don't give up. Like you said, you can't give up because everybody's storm is different. So I've been in this place before, but I was never uncomfortable like I am now because I have to really solely rely on God, number one, because he's my foundation. He is my rock on which I stand. But the thing is, it's like I'm in this place where I'm healing my body. I'm listening to my body. I'm eating natural foods, where I'm eating fruits. I'm eating certain vegetables. Well, I'm eating vegetables and certain fruits to nourish my body, to get the body to be the way I want it to be. Being able to lose the 60 pounds and like building a business. But in the midst of me building a business, it's like I'm learning how I make t-shirts, I make logos, I make flyers. I'm having a My Beauty is Done fun shoot. And it's just like I'm walking in my lane of being creative, and I'm not stuck behind four walls or nobody else's limited beliefs, but instead I'm learning to challenge myself and believe in the strength that God has given me. So in this season, I've learned endurance. I've learned how to overcome.
Yes.
Learn to be who I am. So I have been broken again because I was sick before in the past, but this time it was different because I had to realize I had to rely on the past and the lessons that I was taught in the past in order to deal with the present. So the thing is, like, what you've been through, it's like you might not have never been to this lowest point that you are in right now, but you've been through something in your life with your family, because you said you was a single mother, right?
Yes.
At one
Yes.
point in time. So you have to endure that storm, but it's like you got strength
Yes.
in that storm. And so now here you are, even though you was in
Yes.
the low moment. We ain't gonna say
Yes.
but a
Yes.
moment, and you was able to rise above it. Just like everybody else. When you see this video and you listen to what we're seeing, you might be in the lowest point of your life, but you can rise up. You will rise up, and you must rise up, but you have to rely on yourself. You
Yes.
have to trust the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding that God has given you. You might not say God, you might say creator, you might say universe, but whatever it is, you have to realize that it's much bigger than what you see, because the storm is not here to kill you, destroy you, but it's trying to see and let you know how powerful you really are. To let
And
you
that's the thing.
mm-hmm,
You know what? We grow.
mm-hmm,
Actually, another thing, we have all learned so much during the pandemic. But actually, Coach Teasley, we
mm-hmm,
actually do most of our growing is when we're being challenged, when we're in a storm. If everything is going good for us,
mm-hmm,
that's not what makes us strong. What
mm-hmm,
makes us strong is going through the storm and coming out of the storm. It's
mm-hmm.
almost like going to the gym, you lifting weights. You can't just go to the gym and look at the equipment and nothing happens. But if you consistently start lifting weights and doing cardio, you start noticing muscles in your little arms. You start to notice the weight trimming. So what we have to remember is this: is that storms help us to be strong, because without them, we don't know. We have never had to fight through nothing to get through anything. Anyone that never been through a storm before, it's almost like being at a weak link in a chain, because then you don't know how to drive through, push through. We have to just remember that in the midst of a storm, that's when you being molded, baby. You being molded. And once you get through that, there's nothing else you can, you like, nothing can stop me. If I made it through this, I can make it through anything. So what I want to say is this. And people know me with a show I love 20, 30 minutes out, because people start to follow and they know they going to hit us real hard with a good word and they're going to get out. Let me be still my scream. So I want to go out with saying this again. if you didn't hear me in the beginning, all storms do not come to disrupt your life. Some come to clear your path. Stop worrying about what you did yesterday and what your past looked like, because your current destination is not your final destination. And I want you to know, long as you believe and you keep putting one step in front of the other, it's always an opportunity for you to elevate. So, Coach T, would you like to go out with something for the audience?
Yes. You will make it. You just got to continue to be strong and never stop believing in who you are and what you were created to do. There is life in you. So continue to fight, continue to press, continue to win, and know that even if you do not win, the loss, you don't lose. You learn from your mistake. You learn from challenge. Continue to grow, live, love, and be who you were called to be.
Guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you next month, second Wednesday, same time, same place, 7 p.m. Queens Collaborate. Thank you, Coach T. You guys have a safe evening.
Yes,